Yeah, the satsang, the day of satsang, of course, I'm busy up till 4:30, 5 o'clock in the office. And then, but in between, say from around 2:30 p.m., I try to go in between upstairs where the satsang is held, and I start cooking. So in between I cook and then I come down, and by 4:30 or say 4:45 I finish cooking, which is prasad. And then I go and take my evening shower, get ready to welcome all the satsangis, or you call the devotees. And so that is the day of satsang, and which goes on from 6:30 exactly. We start the Havan. After the satsang is over, the following Saturday and from then on the whole week, my work starts at 3:30 in the morning. I get up every day, no matter whether it's a weekend or what. And after doing the morning work, I do sandhya for about 25 minutes and try to do meditation, which I started about 2 years ago. Then I do cooking because my husband, he goes to work by 5:30, so I have to get the food ready for him. And after that I go to the hospital, make rounds, come back to the office by 9 o'clock. And if I have surgery, then I continue work in the hospital and come here by 12, 1 o'clock. And then I see my patients. In between patients is the time, like I may get 15 minutes or sometimes half an hour. I try to read or write my, whatever thoughts come into my brain, I just put them in words in writing, and then I sit and elaborate. Then after the work is over by 5:30, 6 o'clock office work, if I have to go to the hospital, I go to the hospital. Otherwise I take a shower and make 2 rotis for myself, and then if I can read, I try to read. So my study time is the one which I have to really see when I can. And surprisingly, I have to say that I read mostly in the bathroom. And so total study hours, I try to, I would say at least say about an hour or 2 hours of study. And reading, of course, in between I read. But the study is the real swadhyaya, what you call, adhyan you would call. I mean, that's called the reading in depth, That's what I do. And I'm a very indoor type of person. I don't go out much except to buy some vegetables for cooking, and that's it. This is my routine. I'm reading about the Upanishad, which is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, and as to what this world is all about. Brihadaranyaka means it's a ghor, ghana, jungle, means it's a jungle. This world is a jungle where there are different paths. So people are looking for peace, happiness, pleasure. But the pleasure and the short-lived happiness they are getting by going any route they can follow in this world. They can buy a little bit happiness and pleasures. But mostly what they are not getting is the peace of mind. And the peace of mind you only get if you follow the straight path that leads you to the heavenly abode, which we call in Hindi moksha. And that is the one which really frees us from the shackles, the bondage that we are all in when we are alive. And those people who do not get affected by it, there's different kinds of situations like happiness, sadness, fame, defame, and things like that. Those are the people who are happy. And I have found in my experience, that the only way one can find happiness and peace is not by, inclined to materialism, but to spirituality. But actually the Vedas, it is said that there has to be union between, or the materialism and spiritualism both have to be dealt with in every individual's life. You cannot have too much of materialism and too much of spiritualism. There has to be a balance. And the person who has that balance, that person can only be happy and peaceful. This is what I have found. And who can be happy? How do you get this knowledge as to what we are supposed to do other than just living everyday's life? Is the collective prayer, community prayer, which we called Satsang. The association of good people is Satsang. You meet learned people. Sometimes you may meet dharmacharyas, very religious, spiritual people who come and they speak on different topics about life. And the more you associate, the more number of times that you go to Satsang, definitely your life changes. And Satsang is the only method of become a good human being. And along with Satsang, there has to be the self-study, which is called Swadhyay. And once you do, the Swadhyay means the reading of the books which are based on Vedic scriptures, like Vedas, Upanishads, Smriti Granth, Manusmriti, and lot of philosophical books based on Vedic scriptures are the ones should be read. That's called Swadhyay, that is self-study. And the third way of getting peace of mind is by doing self-inspection. After you have studied, after you have read, you have attended the satsang, then you have to inspect your own self. What am I? Your inside. That's called self-inspection or Atma-nirikshan. Unless you do that, you cannot have Atma-darshana. That means you cannot say that I am spiritual. To be spiritual means I am soul, and non-spiritual people you call that they think that they are bodies. I am this body. But I am not this body. I am a soul. So once you realize that I am soul, but I am not body, you have already reached halfway through spirituality. That is what the Vedas say. I have found peace within myself now for the past number of years only because I do lot of self-study, Swadhyay. And some people they do not enjoy reading or studying. At least they should do some japa. That means they should do meditation. Focused thinking upon God is meditation. And the meditation can be done if you're not a well-read person, if you're not a literate person, you should do japa, that is Om Jap and Gayatri Jap. The Gayatri Jap is asking the Almighty God for the wisdom, and the Om Jap is reciting the name of Almighty God, which is Om, with the meaning that He is the creator. He is my caretaker. And He is the one who is going to bring death to my life. So when you have given up, when you have surrendered yourself totally to Almighty God by doing Om Jap, you will be peaceful. The desires become less and less and less in your life once you are closer to the nature and to Almighty God. So my life is, of course, I have a profession of being a physician, a gynecologist, an obstetrician. That itself has a lot of relation to spirituality. But other than that, that's my livelihood. So livelihood is for this body. But Jivan, the life, is for the soul. So one has to understand that it is important to have a livelihood, a profession, all right, but it is more important to live and question yourself, who am I? I am a soul. Who has sent me? The Almighty God. Why am I here? To serve the human society. Where am I going to go? Back to the Almighty God. And whatever He has given us, we have to return it to Him. But if we have done good things, then returning those things we don't feel bad. But if we have done bad things in our life, then we'll be ashamed to go and return it to the Almighty God. So, important is that you should do good deeds in whatever situation you are in life. But you have God with you,